It's Tech Tuesday, and I've got 3 weeks of news to cram into a 3-minute segment, but I'm kind of tied to the whole 5-story format. Too bad. I'm Liam Spore. Number 5. The Apple iPod is possibly the next unibody gadget coming out this season. Patents have been filed that show the new iPod Classic carved from a single piece of metal, much like the new line of MacBooks. This design, if used, will add strength and cut back on weight. Also, in the hopeful world of broke music lovers, we'll cut back on price since the manufacturing costs are also cut. But we can't forget this is Apple, so it will most likely cost more. But it will have 300 gigs of storage for anyone with every song in every movie ever made. Number 4. More Apple news as the App Store counts up to 1 billion downloads. Apple has a new counter on its website which plays the count of apps live, so all you number lovers can watch Apple cash in more and more every minute. Just so you know, the counter is running at about 50 downloads a second, and right now is most likely in the 980 million downloads range. Not that I've been checking it or anything. Apple is speeding the process by offering a chance at winning $10,000 in iTunes credit, a new MacBook Pro and Time Machine, and an iPod Touch for anyone who downloads an app during the count-up. I had just gotten word that there is now an app to download which lets you track the amount of app downloads. Genius. Number 3. AT&T recently failed to get thousands of calls from angry customers. That's because the calls were most likely to complain about the drop of all landline, cell phone, and internet service in the San Jose area. That came from the cutting of 5 fiber optic cables for AT&T and Sprint service within a 2-hour time range. The reasons for cutting have ranged from copper hunters to disgruntled employees to conspiracy theory. AT&T has offered a $100,000 reward for the capture of the cutters. Personally, I think it was the robots we all know the guys in Silicon Valley have designed and are storing in the basements. Number 2. More Apple news. It seems to never end. The recent increase of song prices from the universal 99 cents to $1.29 for the more popular titles is getting some not so surprising results. Songs in iTunes Top 40 that got the $1.29 price tag began dropping in popularity, being replaced by the 99-cent counterparts. But this action is not all as effective as it seems. After some number crunching, it was discovered that the drop in purchases did not counteract the increase in price, meaning that the more expensive ones, even though they're selling less, are still making more money at the $1.29 price. I think this is all pointless, as LimeWire is free, has no top 40, and does not care what record labels say. And number 1, speaking of piracy, the trial of the 4 captains of Pirate Bay, a BitTorrent search engine, has come back guilty of breaking copyright laws. They now face 1 year in the brig and $3.6 million in booty. Who writes this crap? Plans to appeal to the Swedish court are in the works, and the defendants have clearly refused to pay the fees that are primarily headed to American labels like Warner Brothers and 20th Century Fox. The biggest issue comes from the argument that Pirate Bay only offers a search engine for finding BitTorrent sites, which is possible on Google and YouTube since they too provide links to unlicensed content. And as a final stab, Pirate Bay is claiming that they will continue to sail even if the defendants end up in jail. I guess the only upside is that they do not get shot by Navy SEALs. And the spread of scurvy may finally be ended. That's all for this week. I'm off to win the app contest by downloading Remote 50 times a second. I'm Liam Spore. See you next Tuesday.